Hey guys, gaming is awesome. That's right, I'm finally back for my long-awaited third video. And that's right, that means I'm actually finally back. The topic today is a top 10 video, and it just happens to be top 10 video game moments in gaming. Anyway guys, that's it for the long preamble, sorry for the length, but let's jump straight into the video, and before you do, make sure to grab something delicious to eat or even something to drink, and let's crack on with the video. I have been making YouTube videos for quite a long time. This is already my third video, and I'm already resorting to a top 10. That's right, but the thing is guys, it had to be done. This is an important topic, and I think for a long time people have been trying to figure out what are the top 10 video gaming moments in gaming. Well guys, I think today we're going to finally put it to rest and figure out what the top 10 moments are with a top 10 video and figuring out the top 10 moments in gaming. Take it away. Number 1. That's right, we're starting off strong with one of the coolest moments in all of gaming. That's right, we're talking about meeting Sax for the first time in Metroid Fusion. Guys, I just want to stop the video right there because I just want to say something has happened and I'm going to have a slightly different mic. But don't worry, because after this point the microphone's not going to change and it's just going to stay the same from this point on. So let's crack on. Metroid Fusion is one of those unsuspecting, terrifying hits. Why is that terrifying, you ask? Well, it's because of this character. The character known as Sax is actually the character that scares me the most in this whole entire game. Why is that? Well, the reason is because Sax actually stalks you in real time and tries to chase you. Or at least that's how it felt when I was a 10-year-old boy. But why is it that I felt that I was being actively stalked in real time? Well, it's because of moments like this one. Take a look. Now, to anyone wondering, is Sax alive? Well, the fact is, it's actually just a cutscene. But I would forgive you for believing that the character is actually alive, considering the way that it behaves and moves. Anyway guys, that's enough of that, because it's now time for the very next number in the countdown, and we've got a lot more points to get to, so we better crack on. Number 2. If you're anything like me, you might have a special memory of a show called Harry Potter. That's correct, I'm going to be finally talking about the long-awaited topic, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for PS1. Guys, I just want to jump in here with a quick PSA. I'm aware of the controversy surrounding one or more of the series creators. However, I quickly want to jump in and say I denounce and I completely disagree with anything that has happened regarding the creator Chris Columbus. I know he did some bad things upon arriving at the Americas, however, that's in the past and I don't care, and I just want to talk about something very important to my heart. So with that said, let's crack on. Harry Potter is one of the purest, most cherished memories of my childhood. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, that's correct. I'm referring to the troll chase in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone after you discover your magic friend Hermione at the toilet. When I was about small, or about 9 years old, I thought that the troll was going to actually chase me out of the screen and come and eat me. Why is that? Well, it's because the troll actually runs towards the screen, and if you're looking at the screen while playing, you might think that the troll is running to come out of the screen and eat you. Anyway guys, that's all I really had to say about this scene, but the thing is, it's actually one of those moments in gaming which is actually a rare surprise fright. I don't know about you, but when I was young, all of the rage was talking about Harry Potter and collecting all of the Harry Potter games in school, and we would always talk to each other and say, I think that this is one of the rare, terrifying hits. And if you don't believe me, just have a look at that troll face. Guys, I just want to stop the video there because I did not mean to say troll face, but you get what I mean. Anyway, let's carry on. Number 3. Trying to beat Winnie the Pooh's best friend Piglet in tic-tac-toe was a big challenge for me when I was 5. However, guys, that's not the Winnie the Pooh moment that I'm going to be talking about today, because I've actually got something much more awesome and worthy of a number 3 spot on the top 10 coolest moments in the video gaming moments in history for Winnie the Pooh, the franchise. That's right, I'm finally going to be talking about the Winnie the Pooh Piglet's Big Game for the Nintendo console series. Hey guys, I just want to jump in and say, while Winnie the Pooh was an important series for me growing up, I no longer play this game series, and yes, that's correct, that's because of the childish themes. Anyway guys, I don't have anything against the creators A.A. Milne or whatever, but I do want to denounce their use of childish themes and predatory gambling system in the game. I am a long-running fan of the Winnie the Pooh franchise. However, something that you may have discovered in Piglet's Big Game is the fact that it's scary. Don't understand what I'm talking about? Well, let's compare and contrast. What you are watching now is footage of the Winnie the Pooh CD-ROM game in which you complete a series of tic-tac-toe challenges against the character's best friend and favourite pig, Piglet.
I want to play again!
But just in case you thought that this was all the series had to offer, no. Let's compare and contrast by comparing this game with another game in the series for contrast, starring the exact same pig. That's enough to send shivers down even Superman's spine. Anyways, as usual, we've got a lot more numbers to cover, so let's move on and find out the next number in the sequence. Number 4. PT was the name of a playable tutorial of the next game in the PT franchise. However, many people don't know this, but PT actually had a very scary side to it. When I played this game back when I was small, I remember walking up and down this corridor over and over and over. But, even though that sounds really fun, there was a moment that really struck me and made me realize that this was one of the top 10 moments in all of gaming. Number 5. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland and GTA San Andreas were two of my favourite PS2 games of all time between the ages of 9 and 10. However, there is a moment in GTA San Andreas which, even though I was small, it still made me scream and crap my pants. Yes, I'm just joking, however, that moment is still in the game, and yes, I am talking, of course, about the Bigfoot moment in San Andreas. If you were young around the age of 9 and 10, you might have seen the fact that GTA San Andreas has a lot of mysteries in the game. But second to none in this game full of mysteries is the mystery of the GTA San Andreas Bigfoot character. When I was small, around the age of 9 and 10, I used to run around the whole entire world looking in San Andreas world for the GTA Bigfoot character. I remember this being one of the funnest moments in all of that age. And even though I never ended up finding this Bigfoot character in the GTA game, I still want to commend the developers of the game for even thinking to include such a frightening Bigfoot. Thank you, Rockstar. I do hope one day you get another chance to make another GTA game. Number 6. Hey guys, in honor of the number of the beast 666, I thought number 6 was the perfect opportunity to talk about something scary this time. So, without any further ado, let's move on to number 6 and talk about the next number. Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's. Hey guys, I just want to dive in real quick and admit something very quickly. I didn't really play this game, but the fact is that my views have been dwindling ever since my first video, and I have very unique insight into my YouTube analytics, which tell me I have not been very popular among the 14-year-old demographic. I know some of you think that demographic doesn't really belong on YouTube anyways, but the fact remains, this channel does not appeal enough to that demographic. So we're going to bring in one of my favorite guests, Tommy Roblo. Tommy, it's on you, brother.
My mom wouldn't let me get Five Nights at Freddy's because she said it was too scary. So I was able to get the actual, basically remake the whole game in Roblox. So you don't even have to get Five Nights at Freddy's. Your mom doesn't have to know. You can log into Roblox, whatever, get this game, this Roblox game, and it's basically Five Nights at Freddy's, and it doesn't show up. No one. Like, I can even play this at school. I use my school email address for this.
Guys, I'm just going to stop right there because, yes, he does go on like that. And, yes, it's a major honor to have someone with a channel as big as Tommy Roblo. But we've got so many more numbers to talk about. So we're just going to have to cut it off and crack on. Thank you, Tommy. And away we go. Number 7.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Guys, I'm actually starting to get tired, so I might just run through this really quickly, but there's a part in Hot Wheels Turbo Racing for the PS1 where you actually see a live flying saucer. Granted, it's not flying, it's crashed into the ground, but the fact that there's a flying saucer in a Hot Wheels game really shocked me to my core when I was a little kid. Anyway, that's all I really had to say about that, so we're going to move on to the next number. Number 8, Wii Sports. Well guys, we've all played it, we've all speedran it, but we can't pretend that we are anywhere near as good as the best. That's right, Danny H09 in 2019 managed to smash the previous record holder, whom I won't name here because I don't want to glorify losers, but basically he smashed the previous winner, Sir Tyler, using a special technique that no sane man would ever think to use. That's right, when Danny was in the lead and he was on the green, he decided to pull out a fucking driver and smash the ball right into the flag. You're not really supposed to use a driver when you're on the green, but he did it anyways and it bounced off the flag and into the hole. Well guys, I just thought that was one of the craziest moments I've ever seen in video gaming, and I decided to put it in the list, even though it's not scary. Quick note guys, I know I ended up swearing in that part of the video and that doesn't really reflect my aims at getting the 14-year-old demographic, but the fact remains I was excited and I thought that was worth a little bit of an exclamation. And if you do happen to be 14, you can just cover your ears for that part, so doesn't matter. Let's move on. Number 9. So we're finally here at the second last number in the sequence. This time we'll be talking about none other than one of the coolest moments in gaming in Disney's Tarzan the Adventure. That's right, the saber-tooth battle. If you've ever watched the Disney cartoon Tarzan on the television series, you might have seen the part where a cougar tries to eat Tarzan. Well, you'll be happy to know that that part is reflected in the game and it's just as lifelike as it is in the series. And if you remember back to your childhood, you may recall that this fight is preceded by a terrifying chase of elephants. When I was about 10 years old, I thought that the elephants were actually going to chase me out of the screen and come out and eat me. Why is that? Well, it's because the elephants actually run towards the screen, and since you're looking at the screen while playing, you might believe that the elephants are actually trying to escape the screen and try and bite you like a banana. Number 1. Guys, I am so proud of us, we finally made it to number 1 and we've been trying and trying, but that's just how it goes when you're doing a top 10 because there are just so many entries to cover. But you stuck it through and I just want to say I am so proud of every one of us. So, we've earned it. Let's finally jump in and take a look at number 1 on the top 10 coolest moments of gaming.
Quick note guys, something popped up and I just had to rush and finish it. Now it's very late at night so I can't shout too loud, so the rest of the video is going to be like this. Number 1,
The moment where Super Smash Bros. Website revealed a character called Snake. That's right guys, Snake is an actual Super Smash Bros. Character. Well, it seems normal today, but the fact is, when I was 9 or 10, I didn't believe it was possible for Snake to be in the Super Smash Bros. Series because he was owned by Konami, and Konami has done a lot of bad things. But come E3 2000 whatever, we look on the computer and find that Nintendo and Konami have buried the hatchet. That's right, it was actually Snake that was playable the whole time. What could this mean? Does this imply that something else could happen too? Well, it's impossible to say, but with the benefit of hindsight, I think yes, it did mean that. And in the year 2025, I can say with certainty that this is the moment that everyone in the entire gaming landscape joined hands. The Sony fanboys, the Nintendo extremists, they were all playing on even turf. And not only that, even the developers were getting in on the Kumbaya party. This is the moment when Nintendo put aside their strict rules and said, you know what? Never mind the bollocks. Let's just do it and have Snake run around and punch Kirby and shoot him in the face. So guys, I think in that moment in history, we all learned a lesson that we will never forget. From now on, gamers will stand together and never falter. We're a team, we've all had hardships, we've all had challenges, but no more challenges because Snake is in Super Smash Bros. That's right, us gamers can achieve anything we set our minds to because we are one. So, how did you go? Did you manage to guess every one of the top 10 coolest moments in gaming? I'm sure if you're a seasoned veteran of the gaming landscape you did. But if you didn't, rewind and try again and you'll probably get it the second time. Anyway guys, with all that out of the way, I finally want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to check out Tommy Roblow's channel, and if you ever want anything from me, don't be afraid to add me and DM me on X. That's right, I finally got X, and you can see all kinds of... Only for subscribers.